years of our struggle for democracy, when many of us were in the trenches fighting the military and struggling to restore democratic rule in Nigeria. It was a period where many of us were sent to jail, many were forced to exile, and many lost their lives. That struggle was the basis for the liberation of our country and the restoration of democracy. We have always reminded the country it's 24 years since democracy was restored in this country. And the democracy we are seeing now, or civil rule, was not a lottery given to Nigerians. It wasn't a bazaar. It was not also a gift. It was a product of struggle and sacrifice. And Nigerians who withstood the brutality, the brigandage, and the persecution of the military that have ruled our country for over 2 decades at that time. Amnesty has always been with us. And since the restoration of democracy, you have also played a pivotal role in making sure that the game is played according to the rule as far as democracy is concerned. At a certain time, you yourself became a target of the state, but you stood your ground, and with the support of civil organizations, you are able to weather the storm. Every year, we gather here for the presentation of this document. From the beginning to the end of the year, at least Nigerians are guaranteed that there is an organization that will stand in the defense of their rights and that will set a clear agenda as to the pursuit of those rights. Despite Nigeria being under democratic rule, there is an evident and indisputable cases of systemic rights violations. State actors are still unable to adjust themselves to realities of democracy. We have seen in the states where individual rights have been violated, and we have seen the weaknesses of local organization when it comes to the issue of standing in defense of those rights. The complementary role you are playing has gone a long way in holding those in the position of power to account, and also giving hope to Nigerians that your right is your right if only you can stand and defend it and fight for it. We are very much grateful for your effort. I believe that consistently, if we continue on this trajectory, we will be building our democracy, sustaining it, and also making sure that we don't slide back to those things that we fought against. You have seen it in the West African sub-region where democracy is suffering a setback. Military have returned to power in countries of Guinea, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Gabon, Chad, and Sudan. And they have always cited cases that the civilian authorities are not behaving different than the military and government. And if we want to sustain and protect our democracy, it is important that those very fundamental elements that differentiate democratic rule with military dictatorship are upheld and also are defended and protected. If you have a judiciary that is compromised, if you have continuous cases of rights violation, if you have elections that are being rigged, when you have state apparatus behaving as if they are not under democratic order, then we have already taken the road. It to tyranny. I must commend and appreciate those who never gave up, because we have seen that many of those whom we have started this struggle during the military have actually decided to give up. But there are people here who have been in the trenches the day before yesterday, today, and they are still there. And it is because the younger ones have not been able to occupy the space. But we hope that people like Rafsanjani will someday retire, for the younger ones to take the mantle and continue the struggle until we have a truly society that we can say respect and uphold the very fundamental rights that are guaranteed to all Nigerians in our laws, in our constitution, and in the universal charter of which we are signatory to.